on the HANGKAI outboard motor off Amazon. Granted, it was $190 delivered in that fine box right there, and does come with an assortment of extra pieces and parts: fuel mix, funnel, extra impeller, bag of tools, extra pull cord, and a crazy manual. Turn to one page. Later you can pause the video to check it out, but nothing on this little motor makes any sense. So this is the simple side here. Clean, no doubt about that. This is the knob to tighten or adjust the tension for steering. This is the muffler. You grease point for your pivot area. This is your retaining pin for putting on trailering mode. One of the most curious things to me was, says to put grease or oil in the lowering unit. But before we get there, the skag didn't hit anything, but it broke off. The prop also never hit anything, but chipped. So it does come with a zinc, and this is the water inlet. Now, there's no real instructions on starting or anything, but this is the air filter for the carb. The primer ball is here, hidden way inside, and the choke is labeled backwards. So on is actually off, and off is on. Made it a little confusing when trying to operate it. So the engine is air cooled, and then they water cooled apparently the lower case, because out of the exhaust does come water. It does have an interesting way of operating the reverse, so the thrust of the motor doesn't kick the motor out. It locks in this little slide here. And when you turn it around, you also just flip the handle around to operate both directions. Definitely lightweight. I think it was about 15 pounds or so. And all the parts they sent were of no use. It runs maybe quarter throttle. Oh, back to the lower unit. So there was a sign for oil, I found out. But if you look at the housing, it tells you oil fitting there, oil levels here, but the two plug holes are still casted, which led me to believe it is seal unit. So figured just give a little update on this little motor. Don't know if I just got a defective one, and we'll be definitely contacting the seller to see what they can do about resolving our little issue. Hope this may help somebody out making a decision. Maybe it's good for a joke gift to somebody, and maybe most of them work better than this one. So it had issues earlier of just keeping up with the wind. Well, we will see what we can do. If the seller doesn't want to cooperate, then maybe we will disassemble and see what we can understand with it. Again, I think shipping was typically about $60. So that brings it down to about $130 for a 3.5 horsepower motor. So I guess, what do you expect? And that's about it. If anybody else has any comments towards me about what I could do different or what I missed, let me know. So until next time, we'll see you then. Hope this helps.